Today, I'm going to solve a problem uh, on from the question bank using Newton's forward difference table. I'm using Newton's forward difference formula. I have already solved question number one of the question bank. Today, I thought of this. I have used both Newton's backward as well as Newton's forward interpolation formula. So today I am solving the second question of the question bank. So this says from the following table, find the number of number of students who have obtained, who have obtained A less than 45 marks, less than 45 marks, and B between between 40 and 45 marks. 40 and 45 marks, right? The table is given like this: marks, then number of students, right? So here, instead of giving the marks, he gives the range 30 to 40. It is 31. Then 40 to 50. It is 50 or 42. 50 to 60, it is 51. 60 to 70, it is 35. And 70 to 80, it is 31. So the no students have scored more than 80 marks. Maybe it was not online test, as I know. So in online, nobody will score less than 70 to 80 marks. Everybody they score more than 90 marks. So out of 30, in the previous two tests, I observed almost all scored more than 25 marks. So 28 was the minimum. Otherwise, everybody have scored more than 25 marks, right? So for this, we are going to use, see here, what they have given the range, that is in between 30 to 40, 31 students are there. 40 to 50, 42 students are there. In between 50, the students who scored between 50 and 60, it is 51 students. Then 60 to 70, 35 students. 70 to 80, it is 31 students. Here, it is not given clearly. This 30 to 40 includes 40 also. Here, for my uh, uh, to just ease my problem, what I will assume is the students who have scored 30 and up to 40, 40 is not included. The students between 30 and 40, which is in 40 it is not included. That is, what I will do is solution. Assume that the students who scored who scored 30 and up to 40. 40. 40 is not included. 40 is not included. That is, from it starts from 30, then it goes up to 39, right? 30 to 39. If it is 40, it comes to the next table. I'll assume in that way. If it is 40, it comes to the next table. I'll assume in that way. So that is the 31 is what? The number of students. If x is the number of students, it is 30 less than or equal to x less than 40. 40 is not there in that group. So if I say 31, definitely this 31 gives me the number of students who scored less than 40. Similarly, if I say 42, see the 42, it includes the number of students who scored in between 40 and 50. That is 50 is what? It is less than, I do not include 50 here. I'll take 50 to the next one. The students who scored 50, I consider them in the next plot, right? So that way I assume. Now, therefore, what I will do is, I'll form a new table. I'll write now from the above table, from the above table, the students who scored less than 40 is equal to 31, right? The students, next one, the students who scored less than 50 will be what? Will be what? It is 42 plus 31, right? Because the students who scored less than 40 also come under this category, 42 scored less than 50. Therefore, I have to add these two. So 30 to 42 plus 31, which is equal to what? It is 73. So like this, I can say the students who scored less than 60 is equal to what? It is 124. What I have to do? I have to add these three. So it is like a cumulative. Then similarly, the students who scored less than 70 will be what? I have to add this 35 to this. So 159. Then the students who scored less than 80 will be equal to what? I have to add 31 to it. So it will be 190, right? So this gives me the number of students who scored less than 40 is 31, who scored less than 50, 73, who scored less than 60, 124, who scored less than 70, 159, who scored less than 80, it is 190. Therefore, I will have a new table. Therefore, thus we get a new table which gives the number of students who scored less than the given marks, right? So I write that one now. This is marks. Now the next column what? Number of students scored less than given marks. So I'll have now, instead of the range, now I'll have a new table which gives me the number of students who scored less than the given marks. So it is 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80. Right. So obviously, the students who scored less than 40 will be 31. Who scored less than 50 will be 73. Who scored less than 60 will be 124. Who scored less than 70 will be 159. Who scored less than 80 will be 190. So now I can form a table, right? I can form a table which gives me the students, number of students who scored less than 40, 50, 60, etc. So this gives me the required data now, right? This gives me the required data. Therefore, now what I will do, now what is the next step now? What I have to do? I should find out as per this one, see, I should find out the number of students who scored less than 45 marks. So definitely it lies here, see, at the beginning of the table. So I should use the Newton's forward difference formula, right? So now what I should do to find the number of students who scored who scored less than 45. That means that is what is x now? X is equal to 45, right? Where it lies? Lies at the beginning of the table. Beginning of the table, right? Therefore, what we should do? Hence, we use Newton's forward difference formula. Forward difference formula, that is y at x will be equal to what? It is y naught plus p times forward difference of y naught plus p into p minus 1 by 2 factorial del squared of y naught plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 by 3 factorial del cube of y naught plus how many terms I will be having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's are there, x values are there. So 5 minus 1, I will be having up to del raised to 4 terms. So I'll go up to del raised to, here it is del cube. Now I'll go to del raised to 4 terms. P into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3 divided by 4 factorial. This is factorial, 4 factorial del raised to 4 of y naught. Like this, so I think 5 points are given. I'll be having 4 uh, values, 4 values of forward difference, fourth order forward difference. Now I form the difference table. Now what I have to do? Therefore, now what is the step one? Step one always, step one. You have identified the forward difference table. Now write down the difference table. Now to write the difference table. Forward difference also I can say, as in the previous example, I have already told because the same difference table can become backward difference table or it can be a forward difference table. So my first step is what in this case, since I am not using the backward difference, so I write the difference table that will be the forward difference table. I write the difference table. What I should do? First I start with x, then I take y, then this will be del of y, then del squared of y, then del cube of y, then del raised to 4 of y. So only 4 terms I'll be having, right? Now, I'll write the values. So x starts with 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80. What is the value of y? 31, then 73, then 124, then 159, then 190. Then the difference table, backward difference. Sorry, I have to find out the forward difference table. So 73 minus 31, it is 42. I should write in between 73 and 31. Then 124 minus 73, it is 51. Then 159 minus 124, it is 35. Then 190 minus 159, so it will be 31. Right. So this gives me, this is del of y naught, del of y1, del of y2, del of y3. This is y naught. Right. So I got in my forward difference formula. If you look at this, see, if you look at this, see, this is y naught. So I'm having, this is y naught. Y naught is 31. So del of y naught I wanted. So this is del of y naught. Then 51 minus 42. 51 minus 42 is 9. So I have to write in between 42 and 51. So it is 9. Then 35 minus 51. So it will be minus 16. Then 31 minus 35, it will be minus 4. Right. Now I have to, so my del squared of y naught. So this value I got now, del squared of y naught, here it is 9. Right. Then this is y naught. This is del of y naught. This is del squared of y naught. Then what is del cube? Minus 16 minus 9. So it is minus 25. Then minus 4 minus of minus 16. So it is plus 12. So del cube y naught I got. So this is del cube of y naught. Then 12 minus of minus 25. That means it is 12 plus 25. So the answer is 37. So this is del raised to 4 of y naught. So this one is y naught. This is what? Del of y naught. So this is what? Del squared of y naught. This is what? Del cube of y naught. This is what? Del raised to 4 of y naught. So I have to use these values now. Right. Now I got these values y naught, del squared y naught, del cube y naught, and del raised to 4 y naught. Now I have to find out. Now I have to find out the formula. I have to find out P. So step 2, to find P. What I should do? P is given by what? We know that x is equal to x naught plus p times h. What is x naught? X naught is the first value. So this value is x naught. This is x naught. This is y naught. So x naught is what? It is 40. X, the point at which you are asked to, you are required to find out the value. So it is given 45. Then what is h? H is the common difference. So the common difference is what? It is, consider any two consecutive terms, subtract. So h is 10. Therefore, what is p? P is equal to what? X minus x naught by h. That is, x is 45 minus x naught is 40 by 10. That means it is 0.5. Huh? So I got the value of P now. Now what is the next step? I should find out the step 3. Substitute in the given formula. Substitute in the interpolation formula. Interpolation formula. So first you have to identify which interpolation formula you are using. Then you have to find out the table. That is, you have to write down the difference table, either backward or forward. The values are same only. Depending on the situation, you are writing down, identifying the tables. You can. One is forward difference del. The other one is nabla, the backward difference nabla. So now next step is what? Substitute in the interpolation formula. So what I do? Therefore, y at 45 will be what? Y naught. Y naught is, now I'll use the same formula. So here you know the formula now, right? So this formula I'll use. So y naught. So this value y naught is what? It is 31 plus p times del of y naught. So here p is what now? I got 0.5. So 0.5 times del of y naught is 42. Then plus p into p minus 1. P is 0.5 into 0.5 minus 1 times del squared of y naught. Del squared of y naught is 9. Then plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2. That is 0.5 into 0.5 minus 1 into 0.5 minus 2. This divided by 2 factorial. 2 factorial is nothing but 2. So into del squared of y naught. Del squared of y naught is 9. Sorry, del cube of y naught. Del cube of y naught is minus 25. Then plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3 by 4 factorial. So here it is 2. Then here it is 3 into 3 factorial is 6. Then next one 0.5 p into 0.5 minus 1 into 0.5 minus 2 into 0.5 minus 3 divided by 4 factorial. 4 factorial is nothing but 6 into 4. So it is 24 into what? 37. 37. So this if I use the calculator and simplify this, what I get is 31. Then plus it is half of 42, that is 21. Then minus, if I simplify this, it is 1.125. Then minus 1.5625. Then minus 1.445. So if I simplify this, what I get is 47.8675. 8675. But since I am dealing with number of students, I cannot have the fraction number of students. So this I round it off. So this is nearly equal to 48. Therefore, the number of students. So I got the number of students who scored less than 45. Therefore, number of students who scored less than 45 is equal to 48. Right. Now, this is A. What is B part? The B part says, see, you are asked to find out the number of students who scored between 40 and 45. So now 40 already given to you. The number of students who scored less than 40 is already given to you. Therefore, 48 minus 31 gives me the number of students who scored less than in between 40 and 45. The students who scored in between 40 and 45 is the number of students who scored less than 45 minus number of students who scored less than 40. So this is equal to what? 48 we have just evaluated, then minus 31. So that gives me what? So 17. So this is the final, the number of students. Therefore, number of students who scored between 40 and 45, who scored between 40 and 45 is 17. So this is my complete answer. So 48 is A, B is 17. Thus, it's very easy to solve the problems using Newton's either forward formula or backward formula. Only thing is what you should remember the formula. So try to be honest in solving the problems, because you are writing online tests, so you can have the formulae side by side. Even you can have the solution also side by side. Please don't do that. Try to write honestly. Scoring is not important. Understanding the problem and application of the problems are important for you. So try to write honestly. Right? Have a nice day. Thank you.